Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves back on in to the very hard military outpost where we are going to be absolute legendary farmers. Hope you're all well and welcome yourselves in. So we have got, last episode, 6 days in, we finished off the attack, the very first attack, which was quite big. There was about 21 enemies, I think, so not bad for the first one. And we're working on getting this outer fence up, and then we'll go into defensive structures and hopefully have some kind of setup ready, so really basic, because it is on very hard. What I'm going to be doing is grabbing a couple of towers there, and we'll set a little walkway with some traps ready, and hopefully get all of this done. So we've got a fair bit of chopping to do, which is fine. I'm going to cut down a load of trees so we're ready, and we're going to be getting on to bricks as early as possible as well. So look at all this. We've got animal ranching done, so we should be able to get into some of that stuff as well. But welcome yourselves in, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. I really do. It is awesome that you're here. What I'm going to do is go ahead and get a bit of a grass field over here. We're going to need a lot of this because of bricks. I'm going to set that one up. We're going to chop these down, and we've got 974, so we're going to be grabbing in that one as well. I wouldn't mind getting a bit of leather crafted. I think it's still drying at the moment. Yeah, so we've got some hides, so I'll be able to make a punch bag as another scenario thing here. And we've got some earplugs on the way. That only produces 5, so we're going to need that twice, actually. And what I'm going to do is force Simon to craft some earplugs, and that's going to be a little bit of a happiness boost for the guys in the sleep spots here as well. Got cereal, coffee, rain, animal taming will get going, and no queued research, so we need to make sure we're always on top of that. Let's see what we can work on. So flare shielding obviously is a good one. Don't know. We want healing balm though as soon as we produce the oils and fats. So I might actually tell Simon to then extract vegetable oil afterwards. Well, once he's done with his cutting. Where is he? He's cutting down this grass here. But yeah, we've only got 20 wood. These big trees though, 250 wood. And we've got 2 of them near us actually. 3 of them near us, so that's 750. I've just seen a decent pair of boots come in there as well. I've obviously got nothing on these guys. We do have 2 synthetic helms, and I've got them maybe ready for these guys, actually. So let's give Jayla one of those. And Simon's going to be our other one here. There's the earplugs. So I'm going to go ahead and equip this on everyone as well. So we're going to come in when they're on the stockpile. Thank you. Transporting. Lovely. So 1 for you. 1 for you. 1 for you. Melody, have some earplugs. Rita, have some earplugs. Simon, nothing for you. You're the one that's miserable. There's the veggie oil though, so what that does mean is we'll go back into here and we'll grab the healing balm. And in all honesty, it might not be a bad shout making sure we get some of the electronic stuff done. You don't really start with any. You start with fabricator matrices, but other than that, it's not going to be too much. We need to produce this metal though. So we did observe these guys here almost. What I need to do is make sure that gets finished, and then we'll grab all that metal and we'll smelt that up inside of these before we get onto our bricks, because actually 6 days in we don't need to worry about building with bricks just yet. We're a little bit short on the sticks here, so what we can go ahead and do is grab in a few of these. Probably not that many. Let's grab those there. Have a nice little surplus of that, and then we'll get cooking. Food wise though, absolutely fine. We've got 180 palm meat, and I think there's more meat drying, so we've got 55 more meals there as well. All in all, not too bad. We've got a little bit growing over here, so grain, before you know it, will be done as well, and cloth. We've got our own sausage palm field, basic field there as well, which is going to be good. Ember, absolutely loving that you're smashing out the fence. This makes me feel a little bit better. Just by having 2 towers, I'll definitely feel a little bit safer. Let's get the usual setup here. A little bit of a basic front bit here. Just so we can have a walkway with some traps to slow down. I know the traps will increase the attacks, but that's fine. And we have some leather. So what that does mean is with that, we're going to grab ourselves a nice punching pole. I'll just pop the punching pole there for now. Just for a little bit extra on the front of that. So the point is to not worry about sleep too much. Simon, I know you're researching, mate, but can I get you to extract that and then craft the earplugs so there's some spare? Then I can go ahead and grab that ready. Flak cannons are now available, apparently. That's fine. Right, we've got our first bit smelting here, so I'm going to mirror these once they're across. So this one is going to be smelting scrap metals. We're going to have to say until 100, it's already producing, and then once we get the next lot, we'll grab that. So Jayla, can you come and observe the interesting rock? I hope it's that one. Interesting rock or shine. It looks like that one. That looks like the iron to me. We'll make sure. We'll grab that in, because that's going to be really, really handy as well. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys. Massive, massive help. Obviously, smash a little thumbs up on the video. Drop a little comment. Drop us a little hello. And subscribe if you aren't already. It's a massive help. And as we name things in the series, if you want to be named after anything in any games that we play, where possible, consider becoming a member on Patreon or the YouTube channel. Help support me. Never actually required, though. I can't click those. Just want to harvest. There we go. What about you? There we go. We'll make sure we harvest those. I should kind of wait for those. We're actually out of stone as well, so I need to force a bit of mining here. I'm going to say, Melody, when you get up, can you mine some rock for me? So we've got it. We'll get that kind of away. The beginning's always a little bit weird. There's always a queued stuff up because of the way it works at the moment with... I'm going to cut that one. With the amount you need to observe early on. And there's still a lot of cutting and stuff to do. So we did queue up quite a bit. But I was ambitious that we could get it all done. The scavenge did finish on that one, so we need to look for another one until we've got salvage. And actually, there's one just there. Might be the one. Scavenge that one as well. And all of our electric things are done now as well. And getting EM umbrellas early on in the jungle is kind of handy. As well, actually, for happiness. They don't like being wet. Where were those energy crystals? That is such a cool tree. In the middle of those rocks, though, isn't it? The closer one there. Oh, that's our salvage. Okay. That still needs researching. Where did I see that thingy? Energy crystal. I don't know. There's the ore deposit, though. We'll come back to the energy crystal. We're going to mine all of those because I'm going to smelt those up. And then this one's always going to mirror that as well. And we can start baking up our bricks as well. So we can set... I'm going to leave that for now. No, we can set that underneath. We can say forever on that one, but that's going to be underneath this one. We've got our metal alloys, so that does unlock a lot of research. Alright, so yeah, into the research tab here, I was just taking a look. We could go in to long distance travel and start observing that way. That could be useful. We do have a little bit of fuel, but I don't necessarily want to do that. I think we can hold fire on some of the research until we've kind of got electronics and stuff done. So I think we need to focus on scavenge. And making sure that we've got our metal coming here. So what I'm going to do for defense is actually pop up a couple of the basics. So for anyone that doesn't know, good old flamethrowers like this are very, very effective. In an ideal world, you'd have them a little bit closer, so they completely crossfire, but that's absolutely fine. So 2 or 3 in a row will absolutely annihilate anything because they stop and shoot at the these guys. So if anything, they weaken them for the rest anyway. And that means I'll feel a little bit safer going forward with these. We just need to make sure we do have fuel coming in. And that's either through crafting or through scavenging. So they've upped the amount of fuel you get from scavenging. I have extensively tested that. And you get a lot more than you used to. So quite good. And we've got fuel fermentation anyway. So we could obviously go into that as a research actually. But off the back of me saying that. So all we need is a bit of bug meat. Is right here. So I'm going to grab, let's say, Hugo. Come and butcher that so we get the bug meat and then we can get our fuel fermentation done. Only 1 day as well, so really, really cheap. And that's going to make our life very, very easy for all ground attacks. Now, obviously flyers being a problem as well, but that's okay. Flyers, I don't know. We could go mass fuel plus flak cannons. That might be pretty cool. Something a little bit different. I might even go into a robot army this time anyway. We'll see. We'll see. There it is. Thank you, Hugo. You're allowed to go to sleep now. So what I'm going to do is get fuel fermentation on. And then we've got other options here now as well. With these guys, and with it being on very hard, we'll get a lot of bug meat. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, really. I don't want to go into musical instruments early because of Jayla getting her hands on music. Let's go spaceship deconstruction, because that could be a way we can sneakily get some electronics early on. All we got to do really is keep on top of food here. So I'm going to continue to harvest the sausage palm when they're ready. We are lucky enough to have quite a bit around here. And I might just go ahead and get all that into a fridge. So under a roof here, they only last 18 days. It's not ideal. don't think you can dry it either. No, you can't. So it's a weird, because it's like meat. It says it's just like meat, but you can't dry it. So it's okay though. Looking pretty good. We're 8 days in. Another attack will be around day 10, day 11. So we'll be ready for that one, hopefully, with this little setup here. I could probably get in a little few traps here. So not a lot, because we don't have any scrap metal, actually. I think we'll go into the incendiary traps early on. So I'm going to have one row of them. Just as a little buffer there. I'll weaken them before they hit the fire here. That could be good. I should put them really in front of the flamethrowers, but that's fine. I'll get a row in there next. And there we go. I'll feel a lot safer with those two up, for sure. So all we need to do is get this cutting down. So Ember, we're going to cut that one, and then we'll focus on getting the rest of this built. We've still got quite a bit done to do. Once this observation's done as well, though, it will be loads of people back, not having to run across the map. There's a couple of these guys. They're the ones that dig up, actually, aren't they? Not the other one. I was saying the other one. The other one's just meat. These guys are the ones that dig up. They're like pigs. They're awesome. Pigs digging up truffles is the way I look at it. There we go. We've got a good amount here now. So what I can go ahead and do is mirror across all of these. And then a baking should occur afterwards. So baking is only that anyway. I could just have 2 baking, 2 doing metal, actually. But I would rather have the metal done, because we're not going to be building in brick. Oh, nice amount there as well. And then we need to focus these guys. So we need to get these built. Do we have the wood? Maybe. When Ember gets up, I'm going to get her to do that. So at the moment then, we're looking pretty good. We've got more earplugs now as well, so I can get Simon to equip one of those. So, going forward, no one is going to have the debuff. Look at this. So we're never going to have the troubles of disturbed sleep. ×2, ×3, all that jazz. So I can keep them all under this one roof for a little while, just whilst we get set up a little bit further. This is going to be awesome as well. This being in, get this nice quick growth. That's 400 silicon really early on. I'm so used to feeding Hope in the other DLC scenario with that, but yeah. I don't know, it's going to be fun, because in this one you can get to the point where everyone has a mech too, so it's very, very exciting, and the mechs are just so fun. If you can get robots to control it too, I haven't tested that. It is possible that you could get the robots to control the mech. I don't know if they need to be a certain combat level though, actually. We'll have to see. Eventually we'll get onto the cooking. And for anyone that doesn't know, can't reach cloth bottom. That's that one in the middle. Let's get that one cancelled. I don't think that one's possible to grab then. So we'll cancel that. But yeah, if you didn't know, you can't get extra survivors. So 6 is all you have in the military scenario as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. So what do we want to do here? Layla, can you, rather than doing that, can you come and cut some tropical trees? You don't really want to be doing this at night, personally, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll show you why. This here. Manipulation and movement are affected at night. So -40 to that. So she'll be cutting way slower than what she should be. And obviously with her being... Her physical's 4, so it's not too bad. But she should almost double that speed if it was daytime. There's the fuel fermentation as well. Nice. So what we're going to do, though, is get the antibiotics. We're going to say until 20 antibiotics, and we're going to mirror across to this. Anything we now produce, we're going to grab in. So I'm going to also copy 2 more in. I'm going to get a couple more barrels, and that's how we're going to start fuel fermentation. That's going to be nice and easy. One less thing to worry about. I could go and shoot this bug, actually. But yeah, not too bad. And there's our first 15 bricks, too. So I'm going to copy this pile now as well. And we are going to go ahead and get a small camp over the top of this one using purple leaf again. So we'll just grab 3 like that. And then we've got the under roof, so nothing goes bad. That includes the hay. So I'll just show you. Under roof's indefinite, but if you leave it outside, it does go bad. Same with the purple leaf. So we want to be able to preserve those under this little stockpile here as much as possible. It's going to be really, really handy. Right, we'll get rid of that because that's good. We've got metal alloys and insufficient wood. Low food supply. I'm still not concerned about the food supply. We're going to have a good amount of growth coming in really, really soon, and we'll just make some porridge. There it is. Perfect. We do want to level that cooking skill wherever possible, so we're going to say grain porridge. We'll just grab 2, just until 2, maybe 4. Maybe 4, so they cook twice. Insufficient sticks as well, so we need to go ahead and cut that down. So how did we get through so many sticks? Incredible. Purple leaf. There is a thunderstorm though, so I don't really want them going out. I do with getting these EM umbrellas, so I do need to find those thingies. But let me have another look. Can't remember what the worm-like plant is. I'm going to go ahead and say no to the cure plant because we've got antibiotics through grain as well, so I'm not going to need that one. I can't for the life of me find this energy crystal, so I might need to look back on the video. So recording a couple back to back, so apologies for that. And find... Oh, there we go. He says... There it is. We'll get that set to observe. That's quite far away, though. If I find another one close to them, we'll obviously switch to that. That does look alright, though. Is there one closer? No. That'll have to do, then. We'll go with that. Perfect. Ember, let's get this bit done. Still short on some of this fuel here, but that's fine. Thunderstorm should be finishing. Let's speed it up, and we'll get a bit of a finish on that one. I won't get these guys going on anything else just yet. Harvest looks good, though. And there's the antibiotics there. Is she covered? She's not. We need to be careful here. There we go. Come back. Grab a bit of wood. Grab a bit of wood. Where are you going? Where are you going? There's risky business right here. Stop. Antibiotics is good, though. Simon has a risk of meltdowns. We definitely need to look into his problems here. Ravenously hungry. Okay. Fine. When we lose this in 3 days, we do need to be careful on that pleasure as well. So, Simon, you need to go ahead and eat. Eat some palm meat, mate. I've got him on 1 for research, actually. That's the problem. Put him on a 2 there. And then we'll up these to 4s. And then maybe keep him on a 2 for cut, actually. There we go. That's why he's not eating. So, if you use 1, sometimes it affects and they override their eating and stuff like that as well. So, you need to be careful. Simon just got hit by motivation. Plus 20. Nice. That's the motivation inspired by natural leaders' guidance. So plus 20 is huge. There's the grain porridge as well. So we need to just double check that everyone will be eating that. Meals. Yep. Perfect. Hopefully those guys will go ahead and eat that then, because that gives a little bit of a buff to happiness as well. And let's get that one butchered. And let's get this last bit done. Ember, when you get up, I really need you to go ahead and construct all of this. Get this last bit completed and those gates, so I feel a little bit safer. And they are choosing to eat the green porridge too, and I need to get this built too. Eating on foot is not good either. Oh my god. Okay, Layla? No, you're fine. I'm going to leave her cutting for now because we do actually need all the sticks and we need that wood, so that's good. Get all that done. Yeah, feel a little bit better now. We got the antibiotics too. That's good. And then Ember. No, maybe not Ember. Let's go Melody. I want to go ahead and... I know you're not assigned to it, but do you want to go ahead and construct it? Let's just get that bit done. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it, but it won't be forever. Bored by construction doesn't last very long, so that's fine. Luckily, in this game, you don't have good, perfect, all that jazz like you do in the other ones, so at least they've got somewhere to sit and eat now, which is good. Farming 5 for Hugo now. If we wanted to as well, we could go ahead and tame. I did want to check. We're going to obviously have to observe. I don't know if I want these guys. I potentially could, because we could have a permanent meat source. Maybe. Yeah, let's set an observe on the bulky animal. That could be okay. Not sure what they give us, so that's fine. Ember's constructing the last gates now, which is good. And we've been hit by a toxic ash. Spaceship deconstruction. No problem. So what I'm going to do is go in here, and I'm just going to check, actually, and see. But at the moment, then, I've got no one forcing this. I'm actually going to get Layla to scavenge. There we go. Because at the moment, she's just mainly focusing on the other things. Spaceship deconstruction. Lovely. So we need electronics now. And I'd like to see if we can produce something like that. So soldering bench. We need some electrics, don't we? So let's have a look here. We need to find an electronic. We are completely hindered because you can't even research it. Oh, it is done. So we need, yeah, in order to... It's weird because in order to craft these guys, you need electronics. We could go a diesel generator and then craft our electronic. we'll see how we get on with a little bit of the scavenge here. And hopefully we'll be good. So I'm going to set that to salvage. No queued research, that's fine. I might leave Simon kind of doing a couple of other things for a moment, just for a day or two, because that mining is going to come in really handy here. And what I'm going to do here is actually get rid of that, and we are going to smelt forever on that one. So metal alloys from ore forever, and then we're going to get these guys mirroring. So anything he mines, we're going to smelt up. And I saw another chunk down here, just to make sure we have a few hundred metal alloys, because they do cost a fair bit in this scenario for some things. I'm going to go ahead and cut down that big tree there, and a couple of the smaller ones as well, just so we've got them. I'm not going to touch the sausage palm at the moment. We got 170 in stock. That's good. And a little bit of grain still as well. So that's already back in and growing at 14% again as well. It's actually crazy how quick that goes up. So it's really handy. We do still have a couple of our meals by the looks of it anyway. The emergency rations. So food-wise, we should be fine. Might upgrade them to bed soon too. So what I can do is go ahead and grab these. How much cloth do we have? 110. And 20 leathers. So what I'll do, actually, is go wooden bed with leather. We got 20 leather, so I'm just going to put 2 of these in. I'll bin out 2 of these and just gradually do that. Leather beds will do. We may make use of those. Thank you, Simon. And kimchi. That's the other research we need, right? Where is that? So, research pickling. Produce dandelion spores. So how do we get pickling? Find produce vegetables. Okay, so dandelion spores counters that, I think. So, where's a good chunk that we can go and grab? There. Perfect. You guys. Hello. Give me your harvest. Okay, we'll grab all those, and we'll also grab all those, because that's going to be our pickling research, and we'll get some kimchi on as well. Kimchi is a very, very happy one. It's classed as a decent food, actually. It is very costly, though. It costs 100 of this guy, I think. So we might need to extend this field if we want to survive on kimchi anyway. We have 100 bricks now as well. I've got a little bit of a plan on the design as well, so I'm not gonna do it just yet. But I will start putting down some of the housing for that as well. I just don't want to do it yet. I want to make sure all this gets done. That one large tree gave us so much wood, and we're in much better position. Farming 2 for Layla now, or Jayla. Which one is she? I don't know. That's fine though. Layla, can you salvage that? I know we need those, so that's fine, but can you go ahead and grab that for me? Just whilst, because we're halfway into the wet season, we need to be careful. We need to be prepped for that hot season, and that is going to be clothing as well. So let's get a tailor bench in. A wooden tailor bench right now. And electricity and some fans is going to be handy if we're just going to keep them in this. I might be able to get a small sleeping room up, though, to kind of help them. Just for the time being. So if I go brick floor here and we pop it, I kind of want it back here. So we've got 100. Let's not overdo it to start. Let's use that 96 right there. Get that in. Why not? And that's some extra hay for the brick now. So it's not going to go bad under storage anymore. So we may as well use it. At the moment, though, we are smelting up all that raw ore. We've only got a little bit left in. And a couple of beds to build as well. Nice. Okay, happiness across the board, though. They're at least all 40% and above, so that's good. Lots of that spore stuff in now, so I can go ahead and get pickling in. Grenades. I might even use grenades a bit more in this one. It's so cheap to make, and you get a stack of 20, don't you? That could be rather than the weapons, actually, because actually we're at the point where it's probably pointless doing that. Get rid of the earplug as well. And I'll tell you what, let's research grenades. I'm just going to give these guys some grenades. Because of that, though, we are going to need a little bit more metal. And I did see some. Where did I see it? There was a bunch down here. There it is. That's the rock trunk. 4 deposits. There we go. So we'll get another 120 out of that. I think you get 20 per, so good. Did see another one as well. I could do with going out and seeing if there's any salvage and stuff we can get. So that's going to be one of the main ways we can grab that. And it's a pretty cheap way for us to keep on top of certain things because we have fuel fermentation, right? So we've got our antibiotics. What I'm going to do is go ahead. We need obviously to mirror that one. This is going to be liquid fuel. Forever. So we'll get those handled. When we get the bots, that's going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fuel, man. I realise in this scenario, you can do some crazy builds, can't you? So it's going to be really, really good. There we go, though. All of the floor going in. So we're going to start the build here. As we get more bricks in, I'll expand that. I'm just going to set up a basic, for the hot season, a basic bedroom kind of area. I could move them all in there just in case, but we'll see. Food about to rot away. What I should be doing is forcing some of them to only eat that. So let's take a look here. Let's see if there's anyone. So Melody loves kimchi, which is good. But I'm just seeing if there's anyone that actually prefers that. So Hugo, for example, because he's quite greedy. I wish you could set prefer cooked meals, you know? Because actually what I want is potentially to untick this for 1. He's greedy, so he should eat those anyway. Under the roof, I think it's 2 days for the forages. Oh no, under roof's 4 days, so that's more than enough. Look at these 2 beds here. Deconstruct those 2. Sleeping under the stars. Let me see what that gives them as a buff then. So happiness-wise, yes, like sleeping outside because they've chose to go in that bed. You don't get... Is it a debuff for sleeping on the floor? I'm not even sure. Could be a nice comfort bonus. They look very, very relaxed right there. Just chilling with their earbuds in, under the stars, in the middle of the day. Absolute Looney Tunes, man. Oh, it's good though. We're off to a pretty racy start here, and I'm quite happy with it. So very, very good at the moment. Hopefully we'll get something decent. I need electronics from Jailer out of this this salvage here, so that'll be really handy as well. How are we looking, Ember? Okay, bit more fuel. So what we spoke about, you do seem to get a little bit more of it, so that's good. But fuel fermentation obviously is going to happen anyway once we get the bugs. Loads of cloth coming in as well, so I can actually make the other beds here too. And there's the grenades. So we're going to go grenades. Let's say 3 times for now. What do we need? So at the moment it's just some ore. I'll make sure that crafting gets put in once we've mined it. There's still a bunch over there as well. There's probably more. With the amount of rocks we have floating about, I'm sure. Yeah, look at that. There's loads more. That's 10 ore deposits. Oh, power cell. Very, very good. That's a good find. That's the start of one of these, but we just need electronics and CPU core for delivery drones. So until we get onto that, there's not a lot we can do. It's electronics. Happiness is on the upward trend as well, which is great. Pickling has been researched. Thunderstorm again. Very nice. And I'm going to go ahead and get kimchi. Printed components we'll do later. I think that's it at the moment. We're basically waiting on a lot of the electronics stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Probably need to move these beds. Because it's kind of raining outside, guys. So get those inside. Please. Why are you unable? Move that. Right, he's going to move both, and then they should go to sleep. There we go. And then that should fix their problem sleeping outside. Soaked while sleeping. Never good. Horrible to sleep in the rain. I mean, the fact that you can even sleep says it all. Hugo moving the beds classed as doing construction too, which is annoying. A few fun things to do. We do need to obviously factor that in a moment. Melody getting the cook on. Very, very nice. And Ember going out to salvage in the middle of the thunderstorm. That is a big attack right there. A very, very big attack. They are explodey, so this is going to be really interesting. We have our perimeter though, so I'm not too concerned at all, really. Hopefully Ember doesn't get struck by lightning here. Only the 2 pistols, but we got 2 laser pikes that will probably sit behind and then come stab them while they're chewing this, so that's fine. We may take a bit of a beating here, though. But guys, that is going to be where we end this one out. The attack is for the next episode. So, please do me the honours of smashing the thumbs up, drop a little hello in the comments, and subscribe if you aren't already. If you want to be named after an animal or support me any further, please consider a membership on Patreon or on the YouTube channel. As always, guys, take it easy. I hope you have a great day. See you in the next one.